think that entrepreneurship is all about the business.
That's not true. Absolutely not true. Once you know yourself, who you are, what do you want, what you already know within yourself, you will definitely be successful. That I guarantee you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Personal Development for Entrepreneurs. I'm Ikram here with my good friend and mentor, Mr. Brinda. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to manage your energy, not just your time. You can have all the time in the world, which again, it's very finite, it's limited. But if you don't have the energy, you're not going to be able to do much with that time. You need to be at your optimum to be able to do it. And Dr. Venga, we're just talking about it, how you've taken 40 years to perfect this. Am I right?
60.
60
years.
years. 60 years. Okay. So to try and distill this in 40 minutes is going to be tough, but I hope you'll be able to let us all walk out with some pointers, putting us in the right directions.
Well, Ikram, I also think that this is a subject that you can always come back to in different section of what we're going to talk about and elaborate a little bit more. But it's not a simple thing like, somebody said that the world is round, and without even realizing, any human that stood and saw the sun knew the world was round because the sun was coming back again.
Right.
I mean, either something, so it's something that you got to really understand, like Ikram, because managing time is very easy, extremely easy, for which I have designed the V planner, which is got to do with the daily schedule. That's it. It's a simple thing, man. Very simple.
Right.
But understanding time is another thing, because time is a concept.
Correct.
Isn't it?
Yep.
We could have done 12 hours work. One day can be 12 hours, can. 6 and 6 can or not.
Yeah.
So it's a concept, right?
Correct.
It's just a concept. We look at the sun and then we divide. And all this, it's human invention, time, for commercial reason. Everything is done, created the time, the calendar, then a whole business, everything started. So the concept of time was converted into a commercial enterprise.
Right.
Agree. So that's easy. It's not going to go away tomorrow. It's going to be there, time. And that 24 hours. But what you and I have is 16 hours of what we call wake time, W-A-K-E, wake time. Correct?
That's right. That's right.
It's like that. Now, if you take that 16 hours and then go into the second thing, which is energy. This human energy, is associated with that 16 hours. It need 8 hours of rest to recover, which is real. This is not a concept. Human energy is real. And we have 16 hours. And we need that 8 hours of good sleep, 7 to 8 hours of good sleep to recover.
That's right.
Correct. As a normal human being, no?
Yep.
If you are a yogi, as an example, who have nothing else in life but only to perfect yourself, you need about 3 to 4 hours of sleep a day. But you are not, and you and I are not yogi. We are householders. So this 16 hours is a key to our success. And you and I know that I've spoken about it several times. Only 4 hours of that 16 hours can we exert 100% of our energy, where we can make use of 100% of that energy.
That's right.
I've said that again and again, 4 hours. And that 4 hours is not 8 to 12. No, it's 1 hour here, 30 minutes there, 20 minutes there. And it's spread throughout the day. That energy is the crucial part in not time management, but managing yourself. So you can see,
That's right.
while time is a concept, energy is a reality. You feel it, you have it, how you use it becomes very important.
That's right.
Yes?
Absolutely.
Okay, now, again, if only 4 hours I can be 100% effective, what about the rest of the 12 hours? That's a varying degree. In certain cases, you will only use 50%, or you can afford to use about 50%, another 30%, and another 4 or 20% or 10%. It's that you will never be able to use more than 4 hours unless you regulate your energy, and then you can use up to a maximum of about 6, 7, or 8 hours. This is what is important in energy management and managing your own energy. There are 7 things in this that, first of all, you need to understand, okay? Number 1,
Right.
you need to understand your own energy rhythm. You must identify the peak, where energy is at a peak, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, you must identify that. And then within that, you need to schedule it during which time you want to do the most important things that you want to do. There
Can
is
I
also
just
the law.
clarify?
Yeah.
Just clarify. So understanding your own energy rhythm means understanding when you are capable of when you're capable of intense work. Okay.
Meaning, when you are capable of spending 100% of your energy.
Right. And this could be 6 a.m. in the morning or 11 p.m. at night. But
Yes.
we need to understand. Okay.
Yourself.
Right.
Very important. Okay. Now, there are times within the day you have low energy. You must know how to use that low energy also. What should you be doing? Okay. To explain that, Ikram, let me give you a little bit of a story. You know that if you use your car and put it on cruise control at a regular speed, you will save gasoline. You are aware of that, right?
Yes.
In fact, for every liter of oil, you will save quite a bit, up to a maximum of about 30% you can save. Did you know that?
I know that keeping your your speed uh, regular, consistent. Yes, it allows you to save fuel.
Yes. You know what? Just take the car and the human. If you are pushing the accelerator, zoom, 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 going like that, you'll burn up your gas, right?
That's right.
If I take that example and put it on a human, that's exactly what happens when you are jumping from one thing to another, or you are handling something and somebody interrupts you. So your gas is going up and down, right? Your energy is going like that, right?
Yeah. I
Yes or no?
think the exact term for this is multitasking, which everybody has the problem with today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you have this damn bloody phone, which all the time somebody is calling you or somebody is WhatsApping you. Yes, Ikram? Correct or not?
Correct.
Correct? And when you
Correct.
are constantly being pulled out, your energy also drop.
That's right.
If somebody disturbs you, your energy drops, right? You're doing
Correct.
something. So all these are factual things,
Mm-hmm.
which then leads me to the second, which is you need to prioritize your own rest and recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with, in this particular category, you need to sleep between 7 to 8 hours daily. And don't kid yourself. You need 7 to 8 hours to recover fully. Otherwise, it is a waste of time.
Right.
In between the 16 hours, you need to take a short break. And that break depends on you. Some people need a break after 60 minutes. Some people need a break after maybe as low as 40 minutes. And some people, like me as an example, have made it in such a way, learned from experience, I can go on for 90 minutes without having a rest. 90.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I will take a break for 30 minutes, in which I'll be working, but I'm doing very light work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay? And then you need also at the same time, from time to time, understand this, okay? You need to do very good breathing. Learn to breathe properly. We do not know how to breathe properly.
That's right.
We don't know how to breathe properly. And you must learn that skill, to learn taking deep breath and slowly releasing it.
Right.
Okay. Now, the third thing is your body. Nourish your body, okay? And Ikram, it is crucial you eat well, not, so, but eating something and walking along the road and buying one hamburger or something like that. That's not eating.
Mm-hmm.
You must eat a whole meal, okay? And this nutrition depends on you. Meaning,
Mm-hmm.
certain people like me, as an example, carbohydrates are bad for me. You must know what is good for you.
Right.
And you must always remember the very important thing. You must stay hydrated, meaning you need to have water.
Mm-hmm.
Two things, not coffee, not tea, not juice. All that is commercial. Water. 72% of your body is water. 72% of the earth is also water.
That's right.
And it is not some magical number. No? It's not coincidental. We are part of this universe.
Mm-hmm.
So why 72 equal? I don't know, but that's what it is. Okay. So you
Right.
need the
Right.
water. Very important. Okay. Now, this is the thing. You must avoid caffeine, excessive caffeine, sugar. And these two can cause problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, the fourth thing, you must engage in regular moving. I mean, you must stretch yourself, walk a little bit, like I have a conference room. I walk around my conference. Like that, you sort of stretch yourself, walk around, move about. This is very important.
Right.
Regularly doing it. So you remember we talked about the 40 minutes, the 60 minutes, the 90 minutes? That's the time to take this kind of quick, because it must consistently, like, when you drive a car, you need to rest the car and yourself. More for yourself than the car, right?
Right.
This is that movement. Now, the fifth thing, right?
The fifth thing.
Yeah. We have emotional energy, which is different from the normal energy. We have it. When we get angry, that's emotional energy. When you get
And that can
frustrated,
use up,
that's emotional energy.
right. Yeah. And you can use up a lot of your energy.
Thank you very much. Yes, correct. We use a lot of that energy. We need to find a way to manage that energy. Okay? It's called emotional energy. You have to manage it very well.
Right.
So, in order to do that, you need, very important to remember, you only surround with people who have positive energy, positive influence. People who are negative, you should avoid them completely. People who always complain, you must avoid them definitely. Keep them at the last. Very important. Because emotion has a limit. Okay?
Right.
Here is one way in order to manage your energy, emotional energy. Telling people you are good. This is acceptable. Here is the improvement that, can you change your paragraph, this paragraph? Kind of a gratitudinal, give gratitude to what people have done for you. You give them gratitude, you receive gratitude. The more you see in people, the good in people, you will improve yourself. You realize that or not?
Yep.
The more you see about people being very positive, you yourself will improve.
Thank you.
Correct or not?
That's right.
If you do that, then you go to the step 6, which is it will enhance your mental focus, which means A, you can use technology to manage certain things. You can also reduce distraction, which is phone, notification, unnecessary meeting, mail, all kinds of stupid things. Multitasking as one. You need to enhance mental focus. It doesn't distract you. The biggest distraction in the world today is the phone. You know that, huh?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the notification. You know that too, right?
Yeah.
And the number of things that are being advertised in the number of different ways today is alarming. So you lose your mental focus all the time.
That's right.
Correct. And finally, you must have a purpose. That purpose can be your long-term goal that you want to achieve. Whatever that is, that must be aligned. Align your purpose with your energy. That's why when I developed my V planner, I have a section called goals. And I find in my experience, very few people spend time looking at it. So I've done one thing better. Now I give them another sheet of paper, monthly goals. And I ask them to write 37 things that they want to do for the month as a goal. Slowly, I'm trying to educate them how to reach that goal.
Mm-hmm.
And those who have put down, say, about 10 or 15 things that they want to achieve, they felt much happier after achieving those 10, 15 things that they set out a goal. They set a goal.
Mm-hmm.
Example, as one example, I will read 2 pages of a certain book every day. And they wrote as a goal. They tick it and they felt better. I will reduce my time unnecessarily on the telephone. And then they try. They say, oh no, I switch off my phone for 1 hour or half an hour, 30 minutes, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So many little goals that you can. I will get up and have a good breakfast as one of the goals.
Right.
You understand? So this purpose must be aligned to your energy. Otherwise, the energy will disperse itself. That's the final thing about
Think about it.
this energy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Lana, having said that 7 things, it is also very important, Ikram, that on a daily basis, you need to renew and find better ways to improve your energy.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'm taking into account that you're managing your day well. In other words, the 16 hours that you're put down is something is happening and you are getting it done.
Right.
So based on that, then look at your daily. How can I improve? For instance, I know mostly in the morning people are high. The awareness is high, correct?
Correct.
But within the awareness being high, you need to allocate time to achieve things that you need to do on a daily basis.
That's right.
That's why the 4 hours comes in. You could use the 4 hours in the morning, say 8 to 9, 1, 10 to 11, 1, 11
Mm-hmm.
to 12, 1, something like that, okay? You can do that morning. Now, in this morning hours, when your attention and awareness is high, you must pay attention to yourself. Your ability to recall, your ability to reflect, your ability to even meditate, as an example, reviewing your past, meaning what happened yesterday, what did you learn from that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this aspect of it, in the middle part of the day, you should do lighter work. Attend a meeting where you don't have to use much of your energy. Just pay attention to what people are talking about and make some notes.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
That's right.
You sustain your energy. You have high mental alertness, but you don't exert energy by jumping in and trying to get involved. That's the mid thing, and then in the
Right.
evening. So when I say you need to improve that, that's why I design the daily schedule to see how you can improve from 4 hours to 6 to 8 hours. Now, can
Mm.
you imagine you go home and your energy is very low? How do you think your home will be?
Unhappy.
You
Will
know
not be
the answer,
present at home. Yeah. Yeah.
right? Correct.
Mm.
Now, then also, there is a second thing in this. Daily energy leaks from us. It
Mm-hmm.
does. It's not like water leaking from a pipe, but like a pipe is dripping slowly.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find that you're exhausted. This is because you are unnecessarily having a conversation and you are being distracted with people or with things that you do. or things that are being repeated all the time.
Right.
Those kind of things needs awareness, and if you're not got the awareness, you will have a, it's eat into you. One important thing in this, the leaking, is your table. Your table should not have unnecessary things like a file or anything on your table. You should have only one thing to work on. Make it simple.
Right.
Because otherwise your mind get attracted to what is inside there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay. Now, again, so I've done the two parts in the daily thing, what to do. The first one I told you, awareness, right? Ikram?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. And then the energy leak. That's the second one, okay? The third one.
The first one was working with your natural cycle, right? That's what you meant by
Correct.
awareness.
That's right.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
The third one, there must always be what I call rest and renewable. You need to integrate that. Since you are using a lot of your thought process, you're doing 16 hours of things to do, okay? Certain time, you got to go deep into it. When you go into a depth, like say you spend 20 minutes going depth into something, that's you are not using a lot of energy, but you're just looking at the same thing, going down and down and down, or the width of it. Not too many, you're not looking at two things. The one thing, but you go deep or width. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that you don't exert energy that is outside coming in. No? It's just the same energy that can bring you down to deep. You can spend up to 20 to 30 minutes looking at a thing, going deeper and deeper and deeper, going in. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Happens to you all the time, right?
Not all the time, but it happens.
Okay. So again, this is how you rest and you renew. In other words, you will not feel very tired when you're doing this, no? Just going through step by step, this one, and then you go on the same subject, you're going down, or the width of it. You feel relaxed, renewed, that you actually discover yourself. What are you doing? You're searching into your memory. You're going down deep into your memory, which is already there, what?
Right.
And if you're very good at it, you will relax and write. I don't seem to understand this. Why don't I understand this? I think I've done it before. And in a few minutes' time, the answer will come. Within the same time you're spending on. I don't know whether you've ever experienced that now.
Yes, yes. I have.
Or try something else, Ikram. Have lunch and take a nap for 20 minutes. You will see suddenly there's a surge of energy coming up.
Right.
And the final thing, Ikram, the daily thing that you do is to make sure that consistently your energy and your purpose in life come together. You know what you have to do. You know what you want to do. You know what you would like to achieve. I'm not talking about material wealth, 4 houses and 7 cars and 65 wives. I'm not talking about that. Sorry if I want to be rude, but that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about yourself, like the purpose of why are you human? What do you want to achieve in your lifetime? You have some purpose for your daughter or your son or for your family. If you have to have that purpose must be renewed all the time during if it's possible, within the day. That's a daily thing that you want. shed light, like if you're traveling and there's a milestone, you know,
Right. Right.
56 miles more, 55 miles more, 54 miles, you know, a milestone thing, you know. This is the purpose check along the way. That keeps you
Mm,
renewed, and your energy also will be very, very high.
mhm.
So I've talked to you about three things. Huh? First, time is a concept, and that concept is very simple. You will get only 24 hours, of which only 16 hours wake. It's a concept.
Correct.
The second part of it is the energy, human energy. One, you have to have these 7 steps I told you. Okay. And then daily, you need to use a 4th step to make sure that energy is always within you. Like now,
Did-
you know, like now we're talking about this. Okay. This is already evening, night time. Most people will be asleep already.
Correct.
Correct.
Just for our listeners' clarity, can I repeat the 7 things
Please,
in
please.
part 1?
Yes.
So part 1, sorry, part 2. Part 1 was that time is a concept. Part 2 is about managing your energy, and under that you've got 7 steps. The first is understanding your own energy rhythm,
Yes.
prioritizing rest and recovery,
Yes.
nourishing your body,
Yes.
engage in regular movement, manage emotional energy,
Yeah.
enhance your mental focus, and
Yes.
finally, align with your purpose.
Yes.
And part 3 is the part where you're refining all this, is work with your natural energy cycle, minimize energy leaks, integrate rest and renewal, and number 4, align energy with purpose.
That's it.
And this is distilled from your 60 years of
60 years.
and you know, you brought it down to these 3 simple concepts.
See, actually, Ikram, I am a lot. I mean, it's not easy for someone like a normal human being that I'm managing time. Like, yes, I'm managing. He's not. He's just making use of time.
Mhm.
But you really want to manage time, it's the second and the third part I talked about, that you got to pay attention. In fact, if you ask yourself today, day by day, you're doing things. You ask yourself, should I be doing this? Should I be doing this? And the answer will be, no, you don't have to. Can I delegate to somebody else? Yes, you can. But he may not do as well as I do. Well, he has to learn. You can teach, get it out of the way. If you focus on what you have to do, you must do, then you will find that you have a lot of time in your hand.
Correct.
Because we're
Absolutely.
spending a lot of time doing unnecessary things.
Yes. Yeah. So you can fill up your time slots with things to do all day long, but you're not necessarily managing your. Again, it's not about managing your time. You're not necessarily managing yourself, and
Yeah.
you're not aligning with your purpose.
Right. My view is like that, lah. If you can do just 4 things a day, 4 important things a day, you are a very productive individual and you are managing your energy extremely well. But you must be realistic to yourself. And then I introduce a form called review daily review.
Mm-hmm.
If you do that daily, you realize, hey, actually, I shouldn't have done this. No? There's no point in me doing that. I said, is there another way to do it? Of course you can. And then you realize somebody else can do it. Or there are available resources, teach them how to do it, and that can be done.
Right.
You know, I wrote this book called One Day at a Time. You remember the book One Day at a Time?
Yes.
Now that Celine has converted that into a daily thing. That is, she's publishing it in Facebook. Every day, the wording comes up with a new cartoon, a different
This
cartoon.
is on the
As a reminder.
Ventrax. Yeah, on the Ventrax. This is on the Ventrax official Facebook page.
That's right. That's right. Which also our, this program also appears in the same place too. So what I'm saying is, I used to sit down and think, and then suddenly I stuck on, hey, why are you doing these stupid things, lah? Then, see, as an example, you can make yourself very productive if you want to, Ikram.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Benga, we've come to almost the end of our episode. We've got 1 or 2 minutes left. Do you want to wrap up and summarize a message on managing your energy, not just your time, for our audience?
I have only one thing to say to people, and that is, it took me a long time to realize that if I don't manage my thought, my mental state, managing oneself takes a lot, physical, mental, emotional. Three of these big things, physical, mental, emotional. If you cannot manage this, you cannot manage time.
That's right.
Then each of these takes a lot. So that's why I always niddle around. And one day it struck me, hey, time you can't manage, it's just moving up and down. It's this that need to be managed. And that's how I worked on it. And I'm 86 years old.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Benga, for sharing this. I'm sure the audience or listeners have found it useful. If you have any questions at home watching this video, please post your questions in the comment section down below, and Benga will answer them himself personally. Before we go, our next personal development for entrepreneurs is happening on the first Wednesday of April, which is April 2nd. This is just after the Eid celebration. So for all our Muslim viewers out there, happy fasting and happy Eid, or as in Malaysia we say, Selamat Hari Raya.
Selamat Hari Raya to you and to the rest of the audience who have watched this program.
Thank you very much. Good night, Dr. Benga.